Chief Twit Elon Musk is pretty thirsty for Donald Trump to come back to the platform. So now, over the weekend, Elon Musk had reinstated the account of the 43rd president who was suspended after the events of January 6th. Now, he did so after conducting a Twitter poll. Very, very scientific. Okay. Of his mainly right-wing audience, because of course, turns out 51.8% of the 15 million votes were for reinstatement. 48.2 said no. Well, that's it. A democracy has spoken, right? So following the poll, Musk tweeted this: "The people have spoken. Trump will be reinstated. Vox Populi. Vox Day." So now, funny, the people have spoken. Are you sure there were people? I mean, yes, of course there were MAGA supporters who were like, "Oh yeah, get Donald Trump back. Get Donald Trump back." Okay. How many of those were bots? I mean, I'm just kind of curious. I mean, look, I didn't see any news about Elon Musk completely eliminating bots. So it's kind of hard to do that, by the way, when you've eliminated most of your team, or many of them have quit. So I don't really trust the results of this poll. It's a little dubious. That said, okay, dubious polls aside, Donald Trump's back. Oh, look at that. He's back on Twitter. Or is he? Turns out, not so much. And it's not because, in my opinion, that he doesn't want to come back. I think Donald Trump really, really wants to come back. But I'm going to explain why he is not. But first, I want to show you Trump's reaction to the invitation to come back.
He did put up a poll, and I hear it's very overwhelming, very strong. But I have something called Trump. If you look, it's Trump-owned, but it's really fantastic. Truth Social. And Truth Social is through the roof. It's doing phenomenally well. The press hates to talk about it, but it's doing phenomenally well. I think engagement is much better than it is with Twitter. And I'll be staying there, but I hear we're getting a big vote to also go back on Twitter. I don't see it because I don't see any reason for it. They have a lot of problems at Twitter. You see what's going on. It may make it, it may not make it, but the problems are incredible. The engagements are negative, and you have a lot of bots and you have a lot of fake accounts, which I think they should get on. But Truth Social has taken the place for a lot of people, and I don't see them going back onto Twitter.
What a moron. No, we have something called Trump owned, called the Truth Social.
Truth Central.
Guy doesn't even know the name of his company. He's on it, and he's like, we have something called Trump. I mean, Trump owned the. And by the way, I like the closed captioning on there. Trump bone. Really? Come on. I don't know why I found that funny. I just do.
Sexual anarchy.
Okay, anyway. We're doing phenomenally well on Truth Social. Is he, though? No, as I've reported before, Truth Social is a mess. It's a disaster. We're not winning with Truth Social, okay? They cannot even pay for their web host. They owe them at least $1.6 million in back payment. Disaster. Sad, baby. And when you, by the way, look at the followers from a follower's point of view, again, because that's what Donald Trump loves, right? Followers. Well, 88 million people follow Donald Trump on Twitter. How many is he got on Truth Social? It's got to be more than that, right? No, 4 million. 4 million. Look, it's tiny. It's broken. And it's going to go broke. Kind of explains, again, Donald Trump. I'm just saying.
Sexual anarchy.
No.
Tallywhacker.
Okay, that's better. Sorry. but I'm actually not sorry because it was too good. All right.
I apologize for nothing. I concede nothing.
Okay. But anyway, why would he stay then on Truth Social? Well, because if he leaves, he gets sued. Now, this is according to Eric Talley, a professor at Columbia Law School who specializes in corporate law. Since Trump is a core part of Truth Social's value, rejoining Twitter could create some potential legal issues, legal complications. In particular, if Trump repeatedly signals in public before a merger that he's never joining Twitter, then closes an SPAC deal, and then reneges and joins Twitter, some shareholders could sue saying that they were misled. If it's going to look later on that he never had that intention of remaining off Twitter, but he just wanted to convince people that they should go ahead and close the SPAC deal, when again, that SPAC deal is worth a lot of money. Look, Trump's Truth Social platform could have been worth $10 billion. But of course, it's Donald Trump, chief bungler, and he bungled it. Somehow. And now this SPAC deal is worth a lot less than it could have been, and is, has much needed funds that need to be infused into this company if Truth Social is ever going to survive and pay off some of its bills. So, yeah, there's a lot on the line. There's a lot of money on the line still, and he doesn't want to take a chance of losing it. In fact, as Talley said, quote, if he ends up going back on Twitter, that's kind of a textbook securities fraud lawsuit that he opens himself up to. SEC filings by Trump Media and Technology Group also note the former president is, and this is how he wanted to, post a couple things on Twitter. Generally obligated to make any social media post on Truth Social, and may not make the same post on another social media site for at least 6 hours. So he could. Now the question is, would he? No, because very likely he's going to forget what he posted on Truth Social and forget to post it on Twitter. Now he could go back and just copy and paste, but that requires effort. And we're talking about Donald Trump here, one of the laziest people in America. So it's probably not going to happen. And by the way, like, what, you're going to sit there and post verbal diarrhea like he does on Truth Social and then wait 6 hours to repost the same diarrhea? No, not going to happen. Incapable. I'm sorry. He's not a very stable genius. It's not going to happen.
And then they say,
no,
there's Donald Trump, an intellectual. Trust me, I'm like a smart person.
No, they don't say that. They don't say that at all. So, all right. But anyway, more rules here from the SEC filings. They say that Trump may also make a post from a personal account related to political messaging, political fundraising, or get out the vote efforts on any social media site at any time. So again, that's one reason he could, but again, it gets a little murky of what it's considered to be political messaging. So that said, look, Musk opened that account, reinstated him along with a lot of other pretty terrible people. And well, he's trying to get Trump back. He's thirsting real hard. He can't help it. In one tweet that I can't show you because, I think it's NSFW, not safe for work. He posted a picture of a woman on her knees, her dress hiked up around her waist. A priest stands nearby, obviously trying to resist some of this temptation. Musk tagged the woman with the Twitter logo and labeled the priest as Trump. Lord help me from that temptation. I can't help myself. Oh, no.
Sexual anarchy.
Okay. Anyway, another post another image he posted. There's a bottle of pills, labeled, of course, with the Twitter logo, and Trump labeled as a person that is very much eyeing that bottle. But it is funny. It actually seems, like I said, to be the opposite, where you have Elon Musk very, very much thirsting for Donald Trump to come back to the platform, which I think is very interesting. Elon wants Trump on Twitter. And I do think, though, that Donald Trump is also addicted to Twitter. He really wants to. But at the same time, I think Trump also doesn't want to embarrass himself. And most importantly, does not want to open himself up to being sued by his investors and lose out. Because if he does, well, then that's it. That's the final nail in the coffin of Truth Social. So the question for me, though, that I think important to ask is not if, but when Donald Trump breaks and starts tweeting. And what will break first? Donald Trump or Twitter itself? That's another question, because Twitter pretty much coasting at this point without any workers, without barely any workers, any engineers, or anyone there who knows what they're doing. So that said, I want to know what you think. Who do you think is going to break first? Donald Trump or Twitter? It's an interesting question. I want to see your answers.